reminders, okay, to accounts. So what I want to do is, if you think of the account object, let me open up the account object. So let me go to sales. Okay. So we have accounts, right? Now what I want to do is, for these accounts, I want to create, an object that shows how many reminders have been sent to them. Reminders could be about payments, about features, anything, right? So just like an account can have contacts and opportunities, cases, and so forth. So let's say we create something called reminders. Okay, so that's the idea. Now the way we want to do that is, of course, we can go here, go to Object Manager and create things, right? Instead, what I want to do is, I want to show you another way of doing this, or at least getting started, which is your Schema Builder. How many of you had a chance to work with the Schema Builder before?
I've seen it before.
Okay, cool. All right. So, all right, can everybody search for schema and open a Schema Builder? Okay. All right. Is everybody on the same page now? All right. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So is everybody on Schema Builder?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. So what you can do on a Schema Builder is, go ahead and if you click on clear all, everything will go away. If you do select all, of course, we have hundreds of objects. Okay. So, and if you are ever curious how many objects we have, what you can do is, you can go to the Object Manager, right? Can go to the Object Manager. Right now it says 51 plus. That doesn't mean there are 51. It just means that in this screen I see 51, but I can keep going down, and then it says, okay, I have a total of 90 objects. Let us see. I have a total of 90 objects. Okay. Now if I see the relationship for everything, it's gonna be chaotic, right? You see here what's happening. Not everything is related to everything else, but you're very soon looking at a lot of relationships. Instead, I'll do clear all. Let's say I'm only interested. Let's start with something super simple. I want to pick an account and I want to pick a contact. Okay, so account and contact. All right, do you guys see this? Okay. Now you can also, let's say they are far apart. For some, it may be like this, right? You can do it in one of the two ways. You can try to zoom out and get them to show up on the same screen. But the simplest way to do is click on auto layout. And then, maybe you can move things around. You can zoom in by rolling your mouse or by clicking on this button. Okay. All right. Now, Suzanne, what does this mean? What does this blue icon mean?
It's more of a, it depicts the relationship between two objects.
Yep. So what kind of relationship is it? Why are some relationships red and others blue?
There are like two different relationships. One is lookup and the other one is master detail. So the blue one is, the green seems to be a lookup, where we're getting the account information. From the account object in the contact object, and
right. So the contact is looking up to the account. That's one way you can think about it, right? Okay. All right. Now here, if you are trying to understand, right? Here, of course, you cannot see the field. So what you can do is you can just scroll down. Like for example, you're just looking at accounts for to contacts, right? So I'm going to hide accounts for a second. So if you want to understand what the way it works is it says, hey, one contact can report to another contact, right? One contact can report to another contact. What does it mean, right? So I can go to so have your second tab and then go to contacts. Let's say Andy Young, right? You can pick anybody, doesn't matter. Go to details and see if there's a reports to, right? So one contact, Mr. Andy Young, reports to another contact. So maybe I can click here and then make him report to Jack Rogers and save. Now, Jack Rogers is also a contact. So if I click on Jack Rogers, it still stays on the contact object. Does it make sense? So Jack Rogers is the one that Andy Young reports to. But Andy Young reports to Jack Rogers. Jack Rogers reports to nobody, right? So you can have relationship like that. All right. So did you understand that? You understand what a lookup relationship is, and here we are doing a report too, right? Now a contact is also associated with an account, right? This is also a lookup relationship, right? Okay, so I can go to Schema Builder and make sure I select my contact and my account. Okay, so here it's saying, okay, hey, one contact can report another contact. Now, one account, right, may have, if you click on show more, it will tell you, if you click on this relationship, right? So I can see that information right here. Okay, so a contact looks up to an account. Can you have these two, Abhiram, on your screen? To clear all. Okay, what about the red relationship here? Kevin, what does red mean?
There's a legend in the top right that says it's a required field.
Yep. Red line here means required, but this red string, what does the red string mean?
Looks like there's accounts related to, is it parent account?
Yeah. So yes, so an account can have a parent account.
In a hierarchy.
Correct. Okay. So like for example, we can have, let's say, what's the Chinese restaurant? Panda Express. Like the Panda Express, Glendale is the head office, right? And the one in Simi Valley, that account will have Panda Express Simi Valley has a parent of Panda Express Glendale, for example. Does that make sense? So you have a parent account. So that's part of the hierarchy. That's a hierarchy relationship. So you have lookup relationships and so forth, right? Okay, so everybody knows how to select, deselect. Let's say you don't want this and you want to try with something else. You can simply click on hide object on the canvas. So what you see here, this is your canvas, right? You can move things around. You can zoom in, zoom out. Okay, you don't have to see one at a time. You can see many at a time. Let's say you want to see the relationship between an account, an asset, and a contact, right? Then I can click on auto layout to bring them all together. And here I can see I have an account. Account has assets, and then the contact also has asset information associated with this. Do you see that? And the string kind of explains. Right now we haven't worked with assets, so let's go to, how many of you have built the hospital project? Yeah,
I did.
so yeah, you did. So then I'm gonna search for everything that starts with a HM, maybe not. So let me see how many HMs I have. Okay, I have a few. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do clear all and select my bill.
We
Then
have
I can
doctors,
go to the
bills, labs, and
doctor,
patients.
labs and patients. So I can go to labs
And this is where that
and
one
then
picture can
go,
help a lot.
yep. Okay. And then if you notice, they are all over the place. All you have to do is click on auto layout and let's see, I can click on view. I don't see relationships. So right now, for some
You have
reason,
to
none of
make
them
them.
have a relay. Yeah, we have to make them. I thought at the time of building I had it, but maybe for a different one. Let me clear everything. Give me 1 second. Let me go to clear all. I'm gonna check if my bills, where are my bills? Bills, doctor, lab. I had built it multiple times. I don't know if one of them is more fully built out than the others. Yeah, so this one is better, right? So I can do an auto layout and then I can bring everything in. Are you guys doing the same thing that I'm doing?
Yeah.
Okay, so where's my fourth object? You can move this. This is like a window, right? Okay, so now this gives you an idea. Okay, can you guys do the same thing, please? Bring up your hospital management application. You can see all the entities, right? Now the doctor is clearly associated with the patient. In this case, patient is associated with the bill. You can also have the doctor's name on the bill. Okay. So let's go here and you can edit object properties. Okay. I can edit the object properties if I need to. Let me also add a new element. Okay. So what I can do is, let's say I want to do a lookup to a bill, lookup to a doctor from a bill. Okay, did everybody pull this up? Okay, can you zoom in, make sure you're able to read everything? Zoom in,
Yeah,
align
but
everything by
actually I
clicking
didn't
on
find
auto
any
layout.
relationship between these two.
Which ones?
I have activated these elements, patient, lab, and doctor, everything, but I didn't find the relationship. I mean the connecting lines.
Okay, if you are not able to find it, so give me 1 second. Yes, Abhinav? Oh, auto layout just tries to bring everything together. You still need to move things around. Okay. Um, it's not
If for
designing
some
anything. It's
reason you
not
can't
changing.
see anything, if for some reason
Okay.
you can't see anything, you can reload the page.
Yeah, and sometimes your relationships may be hidden. So
Okay.
click on the view options and select show relationships. Okay, display entity names. So it will display your entity
I don't have. I
names.
have the hide relationships only option.
Okay,
Display.
that means your relationships are already showing and looks like you don't have any relationship. That's what we'll create, right? In
Okay.
a second, we'll create. So what I want to tell you is a bill. A bill is related to let's say a bill needs to look up not only a patient. For a patient, it's a master detail relationship. That means one patient will have one or more bills. But for a bill, we'll add a lookup to a doctor, right? So
Mm.
from objects, go to element, okay, and then we'll do a lookup. So we'll do a lookup relationship and we'll put this lookup relationship on the bill. Can you guys do that? Okay, make sure you zoom in, Abhinav. I want you to be able to see everything. Move them together, so just like that. All right. So now what we'll do is I'll say doc. There's my doctor. Doctor's name on a bill, right? So you want to know which doctor prescribed this or who's handling this patient, right? And then I'll say it's related to doctor is go to elements tab, and then add a lookup relationship. Drag it to the bill. And then define the properties. Okay, so instead of going to the object manager, you can do it right here. And then what I'm doing is, for me, I want to make sure I pick the right doctor. So it is Dr. TA, right? Dr. TA, and then it has a child relationship I want to save. Okay, does that make sense? So now From a bill, I can see a doctor and I'll see a new relationship. So if you did this, Jyotsna, you'll also see this relationship. Okay.
Okay.
So if you don't know what it is, all you do, if you want to edit it, you double click on this and it should open up the window.
The related to field, we need to keep it as bill.
Yeah, the child is Bill, right? Related to is doctor. Bill is not related to Bill. You can, of course, make a parent bill, right? So
Okay.
let's say somebody's admitted to a hospital, they may have one big bill, and then they'll have pharmacy, surgery, medicine, nurse, and all those bills, right? Ambulance, they may be all child bills. So you can do that too. A bill can be related to another bill, but in this case, I'm making a bill related to a doctor. We can do that next if you like. Okay. All right. Okay. Can I have everybody make a parent bill? Add a bill. So I want every bill referring to a parent bill, just like a contact refers to a parent contact, right? A parent has the reports to. I want to have a bill, a parent bill. Can you do that? So parent bill. If I want to build a parent bill, where will it sit? Will it sit on the lab, doctor, or patient, Abhinav? Doctor? Okay, let me see. Kevin, don't answer this for a second. Okay, Shobha, if I want to make a parent bill, will it sit on the lab, doctor, or patient?
It will sit at doctor.
Doctor. Okay, Jyotsna, if I want to make a parent bill, will it sit on the lab, doctor, or patient?
I mean, if it is a doctors, it will reflect on the doctors. Otherwise, lab.
It will sit on a bill, right?
Yeah.
So you're picking from the choices I'm giving you. You shouldn't be doing that.
Oh.
He's trying to trick you.
Right. So we are saying, okay, hey, there may be several bills, and when you're admitted to hospital, you get one mega bill. That mega bill is associated with the patient, right? So we are trying to make a parent bill, right? So if I want to make a parent bill, what kind of relationship would that be?
Hierarchy.
Bill could be a hierarchy. Okay. All right. So we can try that. Now, hierarchy is generally available only for contacts and employees.
Oh.
Okay. A bill is a thing, it's not a person. But you can try. You can try that. Okay. You can also do a master detail relationship. One parent will have many children. One parent will have many children bills, right? I can also do a lookup. So in this case, I'll have some flexibility, but I want to use a master detail relationship. And then the parent bill will add everything up. Okay. We can do that, right? Or I can do a child. For child is, because the bill can have many child, I want to just do a child. Let's see what happens here. So then I'll say parent or a master bill, right? So this is a parent bill. Okay. This is the grant bill. Adding up values of all the bills. Okay, you can write anything there. I just added a note. Now a bill is related to a bill. So I want to go to bill and
I'm
I
not
cannot
seeing the option.
Yeah, so that
It'll have to
option
be a
is not.
hierarchy.
So it can be a hierarchy. What about a lookup, Kevin? Did you try that?
I don't know if you
Let
can look up with it. We can try.
you can, yeah. Wondering what contact had. I can see you
Bill can be
cannot create
related.
this custom field for this entity, right? Whereas I can add a hierarchy for a doctor. No, because doctor also we did not define. It's a custom object. Okay, so I'm going to add a lookup.
You can make a lookup for another bill, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to say parent bill, parent bill. Okay, so let's add a lookup. And this one is talking to the bill underscore TA. Okay, so that's a relationship. So the parent bill will have many children, or each bill will have a parent bill. The Okay, does that make sense? So I select this, and now I have a parent bill. Okay, all right. So I can close this schema builder. There's nothing to save, it automatically saves. Okay, did you guys all do that? Did you add a parent bill? Add a parent bill. Did you? Yeah. Add it then. Go to lookup. Parent bill is a lookup. You can try adding the other two. It wasn't allowing. Hierarchy is only available on people, especially employees. And let's see. All right. So hierarchy relationship, let's see. And it's only available for the user object, as you see here, right? Now, anytime you don't know, you can literally type out your question in English, and the first three choices will tell you what it is. Okay. Okay. All right. So now, where are we? We can go back to our object manager and search for our object. What's the name of our object, Abhinav? Bill. So I have bill underscore TA. So I can click on bill TA, go to fields, and one of the fields is parent. Okay. And this one actually, even though I selected lookup, because it's the same type of object, it made it a master detail. Kevin, did you notice that? Oh,
Okay.
one second. I have two of them for some reason. It created a lookup, and let me check. What about the rest of you?
For me, it is lookup only.
Yeah, you have parent bill. Oh, okay. This is patient. Patient bills. So this is for the patient. Parent bill is lookup. Sorry. Okay, I got confused with this. Okay. All right. So we have a lookup relationship here, right? Now, what you can do is you can go and see how it looks in the application. Can you go to the application and check? I'm gonna look for bill. Say bill underscore TA. What was my thing? Oh, only bills. Maybe I did not
Hospital
associate
manager.
this with. Yeah, I don't know if I added a page layout for this. Okay, I have a page layout. Let me see what. Record type, there's no record type. Okay, how about you guys? Are you able to see this information in your application? Go to your application for a second. I may not have created any app for hospital underscore TA. Hospital management TA, right? Hospital management TA doesn't have any bills. It has doctors. This is doctor HM and patient HM. Okay, I messed up my application, but let's see. Are you guys able to find your bill? Go to your hospital management and go to bill. Go to your hospital management application. Or did you make a separate application, or is it part? You can go to all, search all also. Okay. Do you see bills? Bills. Okay, just search in your go click on the app launcher and just search for your bills. Okay. Yeah. Do you see it? Okay, create a new record and then see if you see a parent. Do you see a parent bill? The object should automatically take care of that. Okay, Kevin, any luck on your end?
I've got the field on. I've
Yeah.
got it visible in the page layout, but when I go to the actual bill,
Yeah.
I don't see anything.
Okay, so
the
what
hospital
Abhinav is
manager.
saying is that's possibly be based on the profile setting. So let's go to the profile and make sure that field is made visible. Okay, so he may have a point there. So let's go and double check. So I'm gonna go to setup home. I'll search for my profile. In this case, my profile is what? I'm an administrator, right? And so are all of you. All right, Abhinam, come and check, please. Okay. Okay, I'm an administrator. Let me check if I have that app. I don't know if I created my app because I did so many variations of my hospital management that I now forget. This guy doesn't have visibility. Okay, let me. Okay, so that's my hospital management app. Assigned app. Let's go to object settings. And one of my object is build TA. All right. Are you guys doing this? So in your builds TA, do you see a parent? I can read it. Parent bill is already visible to me according to this. It's part of the bill layout. Okay, everything checks out so far. All right, we'll give it a couple of minutes. I want to see if we figure it out. Otherwise, I want you guys to investigate. You understand what we did, right? We modified an object. Now we want to go and see it, right? Now, in my case, I'm not even seeing my bills. So I have to start from the top. So if I'm not seeing my bills, so first of all, I'm going to go to my object.
I went back to the bills in the manager app and it showed up now. Maybe it just took a while.
Okay. Let's see. So for me, okay, so I have my builds TA object, right?
I'm seeing it when I have edit, but I don't see it in the details or related.
Okay. All right. So we'll check. We'll take a look at this one. So dependencies. Let me check I check my layouts and everything. So that's fine. Now I need to go check out my app. So maybe I can create an app. I go to app manager. Let me see if I have, okay, I have a hospital management TA app. And I'm gonna go and edit my app. In my case, I'm not seeing it. You go ahead, guys. I need every one of you to try and troubleshoot this. Okay. So these are my app options are fine. My navigation items. See, I only have doctors HM, so I should remove. I don't want HM. Instead, I want TA. Those are the ones that I just wanted to add, right? So I can search for bill. I don't see bill as a tab. So maybe I didn't even create a tab for it. So I'll exit out of this. Okay. I'll exit out. I'll move back. Okay. So first thing is I want to make sure everybody is following along, right? So I'll show you. I'll start at the top. Can everybody work with me on this one? So first I'm going to go to my schema builder. So we'll look at that. Suzanne, you're awake? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, for some reason, my doctor is a underscore C as opposed to, I don't want this. For some reason, everything is connected to my doctor C instead of doctor. Oh, maybe I did not name it. So I'll go to edit object properties. Yeah, so this is Dr. TA, but in the field, it is showing as doctor. We'll just try to change this to Dr. underscore TA. So the naming convention is consistent. Be careful, it may affect existing integrations. That's fine. Let me go ahead and save this. Okay, so these are all my objects, right? Everything has my initials at the end. These are all custom objects. I'm going to take all these custom objects and make tabs for each of them. Okay, you guys know how to make tabs by now, right? So how would you make tabs? You just search for tab. All right, Abhiram, how do you make a tab? Yesterday you guys made a tab, right? So you can go to tabs and right. So I'll make new and the object is builds and build underscore TA underscore tab. Builds TA. This is the description, so I don't need an underscore. So it's next. Okay, I need to pick a style for my builds. Let's say build shows my cell phone. Okay. And then I'll leave it as default on for everybody. Okay. These are all the profiles it's available for right now. I'm worried about admin profile and then which app does it belong to. So did I create a hospital management TA app? So I'll go here and select the app. Are you guys with me so far? So I save this. Okay. So I have bills TA. So I'm going to do the same thing very quickly. I'll go to doctors. Check on next and then click on next. And I don't want it to be associated to everything, but only the hospital management TA app. All right. And I've got doctors and bills. Let me select lab. Lab, let's say is a castle. All right, can you guys double check your app? Make sure your app has all the objects you need. Abhiram, can you make sure you do the same thing? All right, and my last one is patients. There's patients, and my patients are people, so I select people for that. And this is patient underscore TA object. Okay. Go to next. And all right. So I have all the 4 objects I need. Let me just go to my app manager. So I need you guys to practice this so that it becomes second nature. So you don't have to memorize the steps or anything. You just, know it. You get to know the sequence of things. So I'm gonna go to my hospital management, app options. This is where yesterday you were talking about phone versus desktop. You can set it up here. And let's go to navigation items. I don't want HM, patient HM, but I do want these 4. And if I want them in a particular sequence, I can have them that in alphabetic order, which is good enough for me. Click on save. And let's go to user profiles. Right now, these 2 are available. Aditi is the SPX call center agent. I'll add her as well. Click on save. And I'm pretty much done, right? So I can go back here. Let me just refresh my app. So if you see here, I see all 4 tabs, right? In the same order in which I had in the navigation. Yes. So now if I go to bills, I make a new bill and I can see here a patient bill, right? I see a patient bill, but I'm not seeing anything else. I don't know what else it had. Oh, I have to. It's forcing me to select a new patient. Maybe I never created a patient. So let me start at the top. Instead of creating a bill first, let me check if I have any doctors. Okay, I have a doctor. Let me check if I have patients. I have 2 patients. Lab. I don't have a lab, so let me just add a lab. I don't see any fields for a lab, which is kind of weird. Okay, this is lab 1. And then let me go to bills. Let me see if I have any bills. I don't have any bills. I'll make a new bill. Okay, so here I want to select one of the, let me zoom out a little bit. So my patients, where are my patients? 1 second, I'll have to go back and check what were my patients called. P, okay. I should be able to search. The layout is a little wacky. That's what we want to figure out what's going on. So I'm gonna search. Okay, so I add the patients. See, I can search up the patients and now I add it to my bill, right? But my bill, apart from bill name and patient, doesn't seem to have any of the other fields. Do you see those fields in yours? Do you see the newly added field like
No,
parent bill or anything? No?
not the
Okay,
one which we created now.
I went
layout.
to page
Okay,
layouts
yeah.
and was able to add the field.
So go
And
ahead
one of
and
the
do
other
that.
options is related lists, and I added it there too.
Cool.
And now they show up. I don't know if it was that or if it was just maybe it needed time.
You need to add it if it's a new field. See in my one, if you see, this is my layout. So how did I get here? Jyotsna, how did I get here?
From the setup, object manager, fields and relationships.
Right. First I have to go to my object, right?
Yeah.
So go to my object and then you said fields and relationships. I have my fields and relationships, but I need to go to my page layout, right? So let me go to page layouts. I have one page layout. Can you guys do the same thing? Give me 1 second.
Fields and relationships establishes what fields and what relationships exist, but page layouts is what you need in order to see them.
Right. So if you see here, I have just the bill name and nothing else, right? Bill name and the patient bills. So I want to add the parent bill. Okay. I want to add the name of the doctor. What else? I can even create a separate section if I want to. I have selected all these fields, right? If it's empty, it's all selected. If I want to add any buttons or quick actions, I can do that too. But right now I don't have to worry about it. Okay. So what did I do here? I added them to the layout. Yeah. Okay. So I added them to the layout. The other thing I want to do is I want to go to my profile and check if all of the fields are available. Okay. All right. So I have added to my profile. I save it. Let me just go back and refresh. Okay. You see here, these two fields are now visible. I can go in here and associate a doctor. What's the name of my doctor? Does my doctor start with a D? No. Okay, let me go and check. Leave this page. All right, did you do a edit your page? Go back and check. Okay, this is my doctor, so I'm gonna copy the name of the doctor. There are actually settings that let you just type partial information and still be able to find it. The search is wacky here first now, but we'll come back to that. Okay, my parent bill, right now I only have one bill, so this is fine. I'm gonna save it as it is. So this is my bill 1, right? I'm gonna make a new bill and make the parent not a new contact, not a new contact, but I'm gonna make a new bill. I'm gonna make, this is the parent. The first one will be the parent. The second one, I'll make the child of the first, right? So here when I'm searching, I'll search for my bill, okay? And my doctor was with a D. This is ridiculous. I don't know why my doctor is not showing up properly. Okay, so I'll search for D underscore. Okay, if I just type the first letter, it's showing up fine. And then for my patient, I think my patient started with a P. I just do my patient start with a P. It's P underscore and such. I think, yeah, I have a couple of patients I'm going to add. Oh, maybe I want to keep the same patient if I want the same bill, unless they are family members, right? So I'll select the same patient for now, and I click on save. Okay, the name is an auto ID, that's why it's not letting you change. So here, if you notice, I have two bills. I have bill 1 and bill 2. Bill 2, the current bill is the child of bill 1. Okay, whereas bill 1 has no parent. Did you guys get that? Did you make a record? Show me your two bills, please. Can everybody, okay, did everybody follow? Do you understand what was wrong and how we fixed it? Okay, so 50% of your job will be essentially troubleshooting, figuring out what went wrong, because things will go wrong, right? Whether it is developer's fault, administrator's fault, tester's fault, most of the time it's user's fault, right? So from bill 2, go to bill 1. Yeah, cool. All right. So Jyotsna, Shobha, were you all able to follow along? You're not done a
Actually,
minute.
I'm doing, but I am unable to see the parent bill again after changing the page layout also.
After changing the page layout, did you refresh?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you add it to them to the layout and then go to your profile? Okay. Go to your profile, go check the object. Like in my case, it's bill underscore TA. I made sure that I have access to everything, all the fields, including the new field called parent bill.
Okay, I'll check it.
Okay, so you guys can check that. All right, so the next thing I want to do is I want to talk about another feature called Chatter. Okay, uh, all right, so this one was basically using Schema Builder. All right, I need to end my classes at 9. So, but I'll assign you tasks. I want everybody, including Abhiram, to complete their tasks. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and I'll close everything else. I should have left the setup open. So just make sure you have two screens open, and I want you to search Chatter. Okay. So this is your Chatter. Okay. Can everybody open Chatter, please?
Salesforce Chatter.
Salesforce Chatter is basically an app, but yeah, you can just open the, let me see what else is
Or
inside
Chatter
it.
the item.
The app, which app has people groups. Okay, let's open the app. Let's open the Salesforce Chatter app. There is Chatter. You are in the item. I want you to open the app like Kevin is suggesting. Are you able to hear Kevin? Why not? Now, can you hear it? Did you mute your speaker?
Are you talking to me?
I'm talking to Abhiram for a second. Okay, all right. For some reason he couldn't hear you, but the rest of you can hear one another, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's. Okay. Can everybody go to Salesforce Chatter, please? Okay. Now, what Chatter lets you do is there are several features Chatter has, but a couple of things to note are Chatter lets you share an update. So think of Chatter like Twitter and Facebook combined. Okay. You can follow somebody. It could be a person, it could be an object, it could be a record, right? So you can follow people, you can follow records. So let's say you submitted a expense report and you want to follow, whether it's being approved or rejected and so forth. So you can track that. Okay. You can also ask a question of your colleagues, right? So which sport do you like more? Okay, then one could be basketball or cricket, right? And then I can ask this question, and then that gets posted for everybody to see, right? So they have to be part of my organization. There's also called Chatter free license. We'll talk about that in a second. Okay, so is everybody on the Chatter app? So if you click
Yeah.
on the home, this is your traditional home page. Okay, and then go to Chatter. That's your Chatter this is your main Chatter page. Okay, now if you are following something, you can click on what I follow. Okay, if somebody is following you, okay, if whatever you bookmarked, you can see all of those, and then we can also create groups. Okay, all right, so you can also ask people questions, so questions and polls. So you can just say ask a question and then people can start responding to that. Okay, all right. Now you can upload files, you can do screenshots. So think of this as, basically a chat app for within the organization, but it's tightly linked to Salesforce. That means you can associate it with records and people and so forth. Okay. All right. So first, to make sure, usually right now, any new installation of Salesforce automatically comes with Chatter enabled, and Chatter and this is your global search. Both of them work together. Okay. So there's a dependency. So if you enable global search, you automatically enable Chatter. Okay. So what you can do is you can open your setup tab and search for Chatter. Can you guys do that? And go to Chatter setting. Okay, give me 1 second. All right, can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay. Now, every organization has about 5,000 Chatter licenses that are free. That means apart from your company employees, you can give it to customers. Even employees, not everybody needs to use Salesforce, right? So even they who don't need a Salesforce paid license can use up your Chatter license. Okay. All right, is everybody on Chatter settings? So a couple of things you want to do is you want to make sure that Chatter is enabled. Okay, and then if you want to have groups or not, this is another way where you have the group information. Okay, now as an individual user, you can also have your own preferences. So how do you check your individual preferences as a user? So you can go to your profile, go to settings, yeah, go to settings, and then one of the settings items will be Chatter. Okay, go ahead and click on Chatter, and one of them will be feeds, and the other one is a notification. So what's the difference between a feed and a notification? Yeah, yeah,
Feed is something that we post on our wall.
yeah.
Notification, it doesn't have to be like notified to everybody, and notification is we make it public.
Yep. Right. Now, email notification is basically whenever there's something posted on the chatter, you can figure out, okay, hey, let's say you post something and somebody likes it, right? Do you want to follow that? Or somebody shares it. Do you want to get an email about that if somebody comments on it? So you can decide what you want. Okay, so this is you as an individual tracking it. Okay, so these are your personal information. Okay, this is your personal setting. Now, apart from personal setting, as an organization also, you can go in and do your chatter setting. Okay. Okay. Let's see what else you have here. There's feed tracking. So, okay, we'll pick up a couple of items at a time. Okay. So how do you check, what, like if you want to create a user with a chatter license, what you do is I'll keep this tab open because we'll revisit this. I'll duplicate the admin tab. Can everybody duplicate the admin tab and go to users? You go to users, or even if you go to profiles, so one of the profiles out of the box should be about chatter. Let's see if there's actually licenses will be about chatter. Let's see. Chatter. Okay, yeah. So this is a chatter free user. Right? You can also have a chatter external user. That means this user is external to the organization, whereas a chatter free user is internal to the organization. Right? That means you can invite your friends, your customers also, and you can communicate with them. Right? Like if I am, for example, on Salesforce, I have contacts. Right? I have contacts. The contacts may not even be using Salesforce. Even for them, I can invite them to come and participate in Chatter. So that way, when they log into their Salesforce application, the only tab they'll see is Chatter. They'll not have accounts, contacts, or anything like that. It's a free license, but it lets you talk to one another. Right? You can share information. And within the organization, if the other person also has access to accounts, when you share something, they can see it. They can click on the link and they can view the information. Does that make sense? Okay, so there's as you saw, there are a couple of different profiles. One is a chatter free user. So these are internal users. You would also find another one called a chatter free external chatter user. Okay, so if I'm creating a new user, for example, let me just start, and I won't finish this task, but I just want to give you a quick idea of how to, when you create, one of the user license is a chatter free. I can do either chatter free, that means internal, I have up to 5,000, then I also can do external. So that's my license. Does that make sense? Yeah, are you guys able to explore what are the two different chatter licenses you have? Right? Okay, now when you create this, you can actually test it out. You can create a chatter and external license and just create it to your dummy account or your friend, and they should get an email. And now you can talk to them from within your Salesforce account. Okay, so I want you guys to try it out later. Okay, so then the next thing is your chatter messages. Whenever you get a post, like just like on Facebook, for every post or every message, do you want to get an email or not? You can control that. As we saw in your personal settings, you can go in and control that. Okay. All right. Then let's see. All right. So can everybody go back to your chatter, Salesforce chatter, and then post? What's the difference between post, poll, and a question? What's the difference among these three things?
A post would just be saying something.
Right? Yeah.
A poll is asking like, what do you vote for out of these options?
So I can post it and then people can view it, right? So who sees it? I don't have any groups. I can create a group of people and then I can post it to the group. Can everybody click on a group, please? And then it says TA friends, right? So I can say these are my friends, right? This is my friends group. I can have some information about the groups. Let's say friends at work, and I can save this. I can also add more details about the what kind of access do they need. I can make them either a public access or private access. So what's the difference between a public group and a private group, Jyotsna?
Public means it is common for all people. Private means only for particular people.
Exactly. Right. So if you make a private group, others cannot see your information. They cannot ask to join your group. Nothing. It's almost like the group doesn't exist for the rest of the world. Okay. It's like a secret group. So think of private as secret, right? And you can also say whether to allow customers or not. You can have a private group with just your customers, right? So you can do that. And sometimes you might decide to use this group only to broadcast information. That means you are sending out information, you are not receiving anything, right? Okay, so these are the different things you can do. Archiving is basically saving of all of these messages. So let me just, did everybody create a group? And you can make it public or private, your choice. Let's make it public for a second. Okay. So you can upload an image for this, and I'll leave it as it is. And then I can add these people. So I can add Aditi to this group, right? So that means I can post a message, and when I log in, I'll post something, right? And then I can also post it specifically to my group. Okay. So here, if I go to the Chatter home, I can go to my group and I can post it only to my group. Okay, only Aditi and see this, right? So I can post it. Now let me go to the Chatter home, right? So I posted this, right? Because I'm logged in, I can still see mine. Now if I log in as Aditi, I can see it. But if I assigned it to a group that she's not part of, she cannot see it. Okay, if it's a public group, she can see that there's a group, right? But if I make it a private group, she cannot see it. So I'll do one more group, okay? And then I'll say this is my TA private. Now the name doesn't have to have the word group, but I'll just say secret club, okay? So I'm making a secret club, and I'll say access is private, and I'll save, right? And then I'll not add Aditi, instead I'll add this integration user. So I'll click on done. And now if I go to my chatter, I can send one of the messages. So for Aditi, I already said, okay, only Aditi can see this. I can go to my secret, and here I can maybe ask them a question or ask a post and so forth, right? So I can do a post here. Let's say, do you like chocolate ice cream? Say yes. Yeah. Okay. So I can do that. And then maybe I keep it in that. Say jump. Okay. So now I'm only posting it to this group. I can also send the same message to multiple groups. Let's see. Maybe I can, I don't know. Let's say maybe. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and ask. So this is a question I'm asking, and this information is only going to my secret group, right? So let me go in here and search for Aditi. And I'll log in as her. Okay, you all know how to log in as another user when you're logged in as an administrator. Now I'm logged in as Aditi. If I go to my chatter group, I cannot see the poll, but I can see this message. and I could see all the public messages. I broadcasted this. I said I'm on vacation tomorrow, and I said this one. But the question about the ice cream is not available to her. Does that make sense? Because she's not part of that private group. And if you notice here, like I can go to company, and which group does she belong to? She belongs to TA Friends. So I can go to groups and click on all groups. Oh, I'm able to see private. Let me check. Maybe Aditi has more access, so I cannot do anything here. It's gonna be it. Okay, only members can see updates. That's probably what it is. Okay. And then I can ask to join. I'll go back and just double check what's the difference between a private group and a public group. She's not part of this group, but she can see it and she can ask to join. And then I'll get a membership request when I log in as her. Okay. All right. Let's spend a couple more minutes. I just want to briefly touch upon it, and then you can go ahead and finish the rest of the exercise. Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay. Now, like I said, if you enable Chatter, you're enabling global search. This is your global search, right? All right, let's see what else is there that might be of relevance for you. Okay. Now, the other thing that, like I was saying, what you can do is you can do feed tracking. This is important, right? Because the company, of course, if they want you to chat and do other things and exchange information among different teams and team members. But one of the things they're interested in is checking the status of something. So let's say you create a bill, right? You created a bill, you can go to your bill. I need to log out as Aditi so I can go in here. Okay. So let me log out as Aditi, log in as administrator. Okay, can everybody log in as admin, please? If you have logged out for any reason. Okay, so now what you want to do is go to Chatter in your settings. Go to Chatter settings, and one of the items we have apart from Chatter settings is feed group within Chatter, right? So you have Chatter tracking. So if you want to track any changes to your bills, for example, right? So you can enable Chatter tracking for the object. Okay, go ahead and enable at the top. And then you say, okay, hey, anytime my patient information is updated, anytime the doctor is updated, I want to see it. Okay, so similarly, if I go to accounts, warning, if you select a different object, yeah, okay, so first what I have to do is I have to save my changes. Okay, is everybody on the same page where you guys are all able to do feed tracking?
Yeah.
Yeah, so when you do feed tracking, so what I did for my bill is I enabled doctor and patient tracking, right? So similarly, I can go to accounts and do the same thing. Account is already enabled. So anytime an account owner changes, anytime an account status changes, let's see. Let's see, I don't know account rating, if that is there, and account industry. I'll check these two boxes. Can you guys do that? Just go to account and make sure the tracking is enabled. You can also disable, of course, but I want to keep it enabled and check industry and check rating for your accounts. Check industry and rating. Yeah, cool. All right, so then make sure you save this. Make sure you save your changes. Okay, and then let's go to, I'll keep this open. I want to just go to my user object. Okay, so I click on the app launcher. Can everybody click on app launcher and go to sales? Okay, go to sales and go to accounts and make a change, right? We said if we change the industry, we should see it there. Okay, so I have consulting as industry. I'm gonna change this to agriculture. Okay, this is for um, Dickinson Place. So I'm gonna save this, right? When I do this, if I go to Chatter, let me see if Chatter is right here. I can maybe go directly to Chatter, Salesforce Chatter. All right, you saw what I did, right? So first step is I went to Chatter, and then within that I changed feed tracking, enable Chatter on accounts, select a couple of fields. Same thing, go to bills and enable doctors and patients, right? After doing that, I'm again on the front end. I made a change to one of the accounts and I changed the industry from consulting to agriculture. When I do that, so if I go to Chatter, then I should be able to see if if I had that tracking. Um, Tracking, I don't see it for some reason. I'll go back and double check what the issue is. But like that, if you make any fee changes to the field, you should be able to see it in your account here. If you're following the account, you should be able to see changes to that account. Okay, maybe I missed one step here. Uh, okay, here, this is on account stream, and then which accounts I want to follow Dickinson Place. Okay, guys, can you go ahead and do this one? All right, so I needed to add the stream so that I can actually follow. So one is enabling it as an administrator. Then as a user, make sure you go to Chatter, Salesforce Chatter. And then I'm selecting Dickinson. And I want every post, right? So if there's any change on this, I'll see it here. So this stream is not running. Add some leads, groups, or other records to get this stream flowing, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to my sales. Okay, Shobha, are you able to follow along?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, so I'm gonna go to my account. I'll go to the same account and I'll try to change the industry and the rating again. So industry was agriculture. I'm changing it to banking. Okay, where is rating? Okay, rating is none. I'm going to change rating to warm and then I'll save this record. Now when I do that, let me go to Salesforce Chatter, right? So under my stream, I should be able to see it. Nothing. Latest post, I don't see it for some reason. Okay, all right. Oh yeah, it's right here. Okay, so I added the account stream. All right, I just gave it a name. The most important thing is to indicate which accounts you want to follow, right? Which records you want to follow and when you should get notified. Once you have this, you can go to your account stream, and now I can go to the latest posts and then just search all the feeds, show all updates, right? And now you can see that I changed from agriculture to banking and blank to warm. And before that, when I changed it 3 minutes ago, I changed it from consulting to agriculture. So I can track what's going on. I can get, these are my alerts, right? And then if some man, like a salesperson is doing it, I can comment on it, or I say, okay, hey, you got the wrong rating. Please mark this as hot, right? So I can do that. I can also at mention people. So I can at mention Aditi. See, I just started typing AD and then Aditi will start getting this information as well when you at mention. Okay. So I can comment. If I log in as Aditi, I can see this information. All right. Okay. So what I need you, everybody, to do is go to your Trailhead and search for Chatter, and that's one thing you want to do. So Shobha, did you find Chatter within the admin also?
No.
No? Okay, so these are the two you can do. So one is Chatter for Lightning Experience, the other one is Chatter Administration. Okay, so go ahead and take care of these two. Chatter for Lightning Experience and Chatter for okay, let me log into my Kevin, did you previously complete Chatter?
I think I might have.
Okay, all right. So go ahead and do these two modules. Just search for this Chatter for Lightning Experience, and then just add these two as favorites and try to complete. These two go hand in hand. You want to understand it like a user, end user. You also want to understand it like a administrator. Okay.
I did the administrator part.
Cool. All right. It's good. All right. And how do you find your favorites? All you do is you click on this and search, click on favorites, and it should basically list everything. Right? And if you don't want it anymore, you can just uncheck it and it will not show up anymore. Does that make sense? All right. All right. You guys good? Did you have any questions for me?
Yeah, this yesterday is the same lightning component. For that, we need to deploy the domain or something.
See, if you are using your account, you have to enable my domain. But if you are using the playground, it explicitly said that the playground is already available.
Yeah.
Okay. We can look at it tomorrow, or yeah, Kevin, if you can help her out tomorrow, we'll allocate a few minutes to walk through that. I haven't had a chance to play with it. Okay. But yeah, you should be able to enable it in your organization too. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank
All
you.
right, guys.
Boss, are you available right after this?
Sure. You want to
Okay.
call me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, guys. Any other questions or comments? Good. Kevin, what's your title, buddy?
My title?
Here in Trailhead.
Expeditioner.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool. You have like 50,000 points?
43,000.
43,000. Oh my God. All right, man. Okay. All right, we'll start working towards that. All right. Okay, that's pretty much it. Suzanne, you good?
Yeah.
Jyotsna, Shobha.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Explore.
All right. You guys are all explorers. Okay, cool. Okay, I think if we get 9,000 points, we become like a adventurer. So they're different ranks, looks like.
Something like that.
Yeah.
They all
Yeah.
have titles.
Yeah. Oh, you're past 35,000. That's where you are. And at 50,000, you'll be a ranger, my friend.
I almost have the points. I just need the badges.
Oh, okay. You need the badges too. So it's a combination of both. Cool. All right. So is anybody a scout right now other than Abhinav? Okay. All right. You guys good? I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.
Goodbye.